If you're like me, one of the things that makes Rhodesian Ridgebacks such appealing dogs is their wild energy. To watch these dogs run and wrestle and chase and crash is to witness joy in motion. These whirling dervishes of teeth and claws are mighty and wonderful creatures. But their fiery nature can also be a source of behavioral issues with other dogs. Generally, when I'm working through these types of challenges, the camera is off. But for the past couple months, I've tried to keep it running whenever possible to help give other owners some examples of what to watch for. Reading dog body language is an art, and no two dogs are the same. But there are some common traits to look out for. Primarily, a Ridgeback standing with tension is a Ridgeback on alert. And you can see in this video, both Penny and Zero are in hunting mode. In this case, we know the dog who caught their eye, so I was comfortable that there wouldn't be any further escalation because this was just playful hunting. But that is not always the case. Different dogs have different triggers. For Zero, his triggers are larger intact males, especially Spitz breeds who set off alarm bells. These two guys are regulars at our beach, and I think this clip offers examples of all the subtle cues that Zero is uncomfortable. I'd also say he's quietly being the antagonist by encroaching on the other dog's personal space. This little mini standoff is resolved when everyone marks their territory. That being said, it's not the ideal resolution in my eyes, because Zero was engaged with the other dog rather than focusing on me. That's why I like to carry high-value treats at the beach, to practice recall in these tense situations. The best time to stop any behavioral issues are before they happen. So if I feel Zero is gearing up for mischief, I use a recall to bring his attention back to me and diffuse the energy. As an intact male, Zero is often the target of other dogs' attention, which is something you might experience if you have an intact male as well. This is one of the reasons I only visit the beach at off hours. The funny thing is that in Zero's case, he almost inevitably gets passive when he's bugged. It might be because Penny doesn't allow anyone to beat him up but her. Some sibling rules are universal. And then there are some behaviors I just don't have an explanation for. Like why Zero teams up with his bully to then fight Penny. But hey, if everyone is having fun and the body language is happy, I'm alright with it. These days, pretty much everyone knows not to mess with Penny directly. That being said, she was by far my most challenging adolescent Ridgeback. Her triggers were speed, prey drive, and just about everything else. She was an insatiable hunter. And her peak energy levels were truly unmatched. But thanks to years of failures and painstaking practice, Penny now has a much stronger recall, and I can use her to help bring Zero back as well. Puppy Ridgeback mischief gets all the headlines, but if you have an intact male, you'll likely find off-leash behavior much more challenging when your dog is sexually mature. Those hormones and instincts are powerful things, and you'll have to work to channel and corral them each day. And like I said, you'll have plenty of setbacks. It's inevitable. Here's a benign example where Zero completely ignored me once he had his sights set. That said, because I know Zero is really great with smaller dogs, it's a low-stakes failure and a good opportunity for me to bring him back and start training again. On the other hand, here's a more concerning example where recall failed. Despite Penny leading the way back with her great recall, Zero started acting like a bully. Now, nothing happened, but this is alpha dog type behavior, and I really want to discourage it as much as possible. In the moment, I do so by keeping a positive voice and encouraging Zero to disengage by chasing after me. It's not perfect, but it works. We've come a long way, but sometimes Zero can resist everything except temptation. Here, he was doing great, but passing by the second intact male proved impossible. There's always more work to be done. My hope is that these examples show there's the finest of lines between healthy Ridgeback play and Ridgeback trouble. At first glance, they may even look indistinguishable. It's up to you to learn your dog's cues, know their triggers, and know them better than they know themselves. Set your dog up for success by recognizing their limits and then teaching them how to disengage before they reach them. And remembering that in all my videos, you usually see things when they're going well. But there's so much off-camera time when I'm failing miserably, frustrated, and have to regroup. Basically, just picture a bunch of Elmer Fudd hunting scenes strung together, and you get a pretty good idea of what I'm working with. Some days, we get it right. Some days, we get it wrong. Most are a healthy mix of both. It's just part of what comes with the territory of having a Ridgeback. Currently, one of my biggest challenges is Zero's obsessive marking. It's not fun when your dog is a dope trying to pee on other dogs at the beach. Despite the frustration, it's my job to stay cool and try and work through it, while also apologizing to other people, who, yes, can also sometimes get caught in the crossfire. I am eternally grateful for all the kind people who have commiserated with me about a close call from my unruly graffiti artist. If you are struggling with your Ridgeback's behavior, I hope this video reminds you that one way or another, we're all in the trenches with you. And that there is no better feeling than finding those little breakthroughs. Like when wariness turns to playfulness. The qualities which make Ridgebacks such inspiring dogs are exactly what make them such challenging dogs. When you add a Ridgeback to your life, you're going to have to make compromises and concessions to manage those challenges. Working through them, whatever they may be, is often a years-long process with small, incremental progress. But if you're committed to the cause, the rewards are truly life-changing. And so, we continue to work to teach Penny and Zero how to tame their wilder impulses when playing, especially when it comes to other dogs. And of course, we continue with our public service announcement that not only are Ridgebacks not right for most people, well, their playstyle is probably not right for most dogs either. And that is totally okay. Which is why I'm exceptionally grateful my lunatics have each other, so they can leave other dogs to watch them and have an existential crisis. Like our new friend here. And trust me, buddy, I get it. I often feel the same way.